Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, oh my god. Look at his butt. It's October 9th, 2014, and this is Day 9 Daily, number 730, where we learn to be a better gamer. Is that 2 full years worth of daily? Is that right? Is that right? That's because 350 plus 350... We have hit the 2nd year worth of daily. What the fuck? Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, look, if you watched one daily a day, starting today, starting at episode 1, it would take you 2 years. What? Whoa! Well, I guess we'll talk about StarCraft again. Whoa! I thought that we were going to compute that 730 was an interesting number, and then we accidentally got the year 2. And Unemployed Shaku says, how's this going to count during the leap year? Take a day off. If you're in a leap year, watch the daily every day, but take 1 day off. And eat a bunch of pizza and get sick. That's what I want you to do. Bam! Live the life of Day 9, where too much pizza is almost enough. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at we're going to take a look at a messed up preview window, and we're going to fix that in a moment. Zest played against soO yet again in the GSL. Previously, they met in the final, where Zest edged out 4-3. Here, soO and Zest played in the semifinal, where soO edged out 4-3. We're just going to go through all the games, because I think it's a reasonably interesting series. There are some things that hurt my heart, including Game 1, but that is only something that hurts from an observing standpoint. From a game-playing standpoint, I think it's an absolutely critical lesson. I don't know why I'm getting into it right now, but we'll go ahead and watch this series, talk a little bit about Best of X psychology, some sweet strats on some sweet maps, and see how soO managed to barely pull off this win using some nice techniques. There it is. We're just going to do a lot of ZVP back to back to back to back. So in each of these games, we're going to be looking a lot at like the key moment, the big play, when the smart things were happening, and a lot less on here's exact timings, rippity boopity boo. Because I think the broad things are interesting. Also, my lips are sweaty. Just like right here. So that's... Tomorrow we'll also do Schnarfstone all day, laddering, hip hip hooray. Where's my face? It's everywhere! Okay, let's get rid of this and rid of that and put in this and put in that. Boom! My name's Day 9. Late setup all the time. So this map obviously has yourself your little back door natural, which is nifty. You have your front door, which has no problem at all doing the easy defense. You're on a high ground ramp. You have a third base, right? If I look at this map and I just generally strategically say, what's the opening going to be like? 99% of people are going to say, well, dude, expand like Nexus first, like power. And by the way, for any of you who don't know, because you've missed one of the last 730 episodes, powering is the term for sacrificing strength now to be strong later. Building lots of workers is powering. Getting a bunch of upgrades is powering. Taking another expansion is powering. So you'll also hear people say, man, he's powering drones really hard because he's sacrificing everything to build a lot of drones, which will help him later. Man, he's powering hard. That would be like triple expansion, triple forge before gate. That would be heavy powering. So great. Everyone would traditionally say, oh yeah, on this map, power hard. You have a safe net. And you'll also hear me say 1,000,001 times in a row, oh, dude, third bases are what it's all about. You always want to be basing your strategies around thirds. But this is a map where I'm going to talk primarily about the 4th and 5th bases for these players. And to look at that. Here be the thing for Protoss, and this is something that just hurts me. It hurts. It hurts like in my teeth. It hurts. You ever like run into a wall and you get your nose and you're like, ugh, it hurts like that, where your eyes water and you don't want them to water because you want to look tough, but you can't because it hurts. Protoss is basically never going to attack. Why? Let's take a look at this mini-map. This is something very useful to keep in mind. If you have really dangerous expansions for the Zerg player, you can just take these as Protoss and just eventually walk to him. All bases are pretty much close once you hit late game. So, whereas most people who I have seen in the Diamond Masters replays that get slid my way, see many of them play passively, get up their third base, and they try to win on a third. But because this expansion is literally taking this expansion as Protoss applies pressure to Zerg. Taking this expansion threatens to attack the Zerg. I mean, look how far it is away. You don't actually have to attack because you can just take these bases. We're going to see this play out in this game. So what have I done? I've noted the very long-term strategy for Protoss. Just get 3 bases, sit on the buns, because bases 4 and 5, no way Zerg is going to be able to deny you these. No way Zerg is not going to feel scared when you're taking these. Alright, while that's going on, I'm going to tweet about the show. Live with an analysis of all 7 games from Zest versus soO from GSL, yeah! And suddenly I hit Control-V and wonder, what was on my clipboard? It's the same reason if you ever bring up a browser on stream, you try to avoid typing www. Zing! Zing! What are you talking about? I don't understand what you mean. Yeah, you do. Honey, what's the website that's on? Mom, the internet is down today. They ran out of internet today, okay? There's no more internet. Alright. So, this part of the game, I'm gonna go blast through, because nothing happens. Alright? Protoss gets his Zerg gets his 3 bases up. Don't mind anything that you're thinking about this. Now, here's a question. Why would Protoss want to get a Stargate now in a super, ultra, mega long-term strategy? To apply a little bit of pressure on these Zerg's extra bases. Just to know what's up. Stargate is also one of the most important safety structures. You lose to Mutalisks a lot as Protoss. No risk necessary. We're just going to cross off that worry right away. We're going to get that Robo right away. Notice that this Robo is getting constructed with only 1 gateway. It was 1 gate, then 1 Stargate, then 1 Robo. That's powering pretty damn hard. So in the meantime, Zest is going to be doing his harassment. I'm going to go ahead and pull back. soO is doing everything reasonable. He's getting geysers. Why? There's no big attack coming, so he may as well get the gas and go for the long term. He's getting lots of queens. Why? So he can spend all his larvae getting drones. Except for these lings. Why? Phoenixes have to spend a lot of energy to lift Zerglings. These are unbelievably standard maneuvers across the board. There is no reason anyone should be super surprised at these plays. Spire and Infestation Pit. This is a pretty common play that soO makes, where he gets the big tech structures. soO sees the 3rd going down. There's unlikely to be an attack from Zest soon. So, let's just get all the tech. All the tech, all the tech, all the tech. If we see some sort of emphasis on no Robo facility, we can go Infestation Pit right away. Or excuse me, we can go Swarm Host right away. If there's too much air, we can get the Corruptors right away. If we see Colossus and there's an attack coming, we can get Corruptors right away. If we think that he's not going to attack us, but he is going Colossus, we can just get a hive right away. Infestors is a great stepping stone for you to do while you get up your Ling Ultra army. Now, what the hell's Zest gonna be doing? We talked about it at the start of the game. Not a lot. Just taking this, taking this. Rounding out the composition. Rounding out is the term for getting the rest of the stuff that you didn't get first. If you went a bunch of gateways, rounding out would involve getting a robo. If you opened up fast robo with a forge, rounding out would involve getting the rest of the gateways and the twilight. Finishing off that which you have not finished off. Right? All making sense so far. Now, what the hell is soO doing? soO is basically saying, man, it's going to be real hard to get a lot of safe bases. Like, real hard. This one is out. This one is out because they're kind of in the center. These ones, yeah, I mean, sure, but my main is going to be under so much threat at the front that that's really worrying me. So what soO's doing is he's getting the scariest composition in the world. Mass Queen with Infestor with Ultralisk. One of the reasons this comp is scary is because it beats virtually every Protoss composition. But notice that Zest isn't attacking. Breaks my observer heart, tickles my strategic bone. Tickles me right in the strategy bone. I mean, look at this little Warp Prism harass. Look at the units lost. I mean, it's like nothing on either side. No one's doing anything. It hurts my observer heart to see two players 15 minutes into a game not attacking. That stings. Strategically speaking, though, look at this. Zest getting all the rest of the late game roundouts. 2 robos, 2 stargates, all the gateways, all the upgrades, all the tech paths, and the double forge. And the double forge, double robo, double stargate, yeah. All right, excellent. Why on earth is Zest doing this? Because this is basically guaranteed, and this is basically guaranteed, and there's no threat to it. Ah! The reason Protoss normally doesn't go for a death mix, actually here's the, look, let me just explain to you, because that's what we do on this show. Listen to me. One of the reasons you don't go death ball all the time, one of the reasons you don't just sit at home and make the mega duber death force, is that your opponent will out-expand you and you will run out of bases. In other words, you get one army. And once it's dead, well, it's dead. It's gone and you've lost the game. So if you want to go for mega, ultra, death, indestructible army, you need a way to get bases 4 and 5. Think about all the other scary death armies. Terran Mech tends to be on maps where you can get 4 and 5 because you only can do these death ball strategies if you can maintain equality and persistence in your resources. So, boom! These aren't gonna be a problem to take. Now, many of you are thinking that a mass Stalker Colossus ball is a death ball because the shape of it is a ball. But I'm talking like the hyper death ball, right? Where we're looking at this and we see Tempest. Look at the Immortal count, it's at 6. We have Colossus, we have Mothership Core. Stalker count's at 10. Stalker count and Zealot count are pretty low, man. In terms of the gas amount, woo, baby. We are way ahead of Zerg in the gas count. In fact, our army that's smaller than Zerg's is basically more expensive. Ooh, ooh. Look at the caution with which Zest positions himself. Think of Terran Mech. Remember how cautiously Terran Mech is poisoning himself? Same damn thing. And the Death Army. In their previous Best of X, we saw that Zest was going for Void Ray, and it got slain easily. See, look at this Death Force. Imagine if this expansion was not here, and if this expansion was not here. Guess who would win? soO! You guessed correct. You guessed the name of the other person in the game. Yeah, if this expansion weren't here, and this expansion weren't here, I mean, look at this crappy little army that's slow and bad. It's not going to go anywhere. Oh, wait a minute. There's more bases coming. Look at the passivity. Hurts my observer heart, tickles my strategy bone. Strategically speaking, this is sound. Because of the resources. Because Zest has resources coming in behind this. Zest doing a damn good job target firing the Ultras. Just Queens versus anything tends not to live very long, and we see a maxed army go down relatively close to a half-maxed army almost immediately. So if we look at this gateway count, yeah, we have a lot of gateways. We have a lot of gateways. We have a lot of gateways, right? We got a lot of gateways. Look at production. It's more Phoenixes. It's going to be Immortals. It's going to be Tempests. It's going to be big, meaty things and much less emphasized on this mass replenishment. So this was amazing by Zest. He built this big death army, slayed this enemy force, and let me make the statement that I've been making before. If you go for a death army, the biggest, scariest, thickest, juiciest thing you can, you get one shot. If you can't get bases 4 and 5 going, you get one shot. What did Zest do? He waited and waited and waited and waited and waited, and then slayed the Zerg army violently, like really badly. But you only get one shot. If there was no 4th base, Protoss would be done. This is getting close to mined out. This is mined out. This is about 1/2 to 2/3 mined out. You'd win as Zerg. Until Protoss has this. This is why I think it is absolutely fantastic as Protoss on this map to be a passive ass. Passive ass. Oh, damn, girl. That sweet passive ass. That's right. Also, fellas, I gotta say fellas too, I'm admiring your sweet passive ass on this map as Protoss versus Zerg. Cool. We're in good shape. I want to make sure that globally all butts are appreciated so long as it is in the specific context of this matchup on this map. Alright, cool. So fantastic, right? We're seeing just stuff, right? I mean, cool. We're getting Infestors and Ultras. I don't even care what the army is for Zerg right now. Because Zerg can't take this expansion. This is a little tricky. This is arguably possible, but Zerg was a little bit mired in trying to not die right now. But this is grand. And you know what? You know what Zest isn't doing right now? Attacking. You know what Zest should be doing right now? Getting ready to expand there. And he does. Yeah, okay. Right, not an action-packed game by any means. This is... Whoa, come on, StarCraft, work with me. This is a very cute play to just blast over here and try to secure this. If you secure this, never attack again. You won, you did it. You did it. Why is Protoss going for this expansion instead of this one? Because Protoss has already secured this expansion. This is safe. This is contested territory. I like that he's trying to reach into contested territory. I've been watching videos on Go tutorials, man. You say things like contested territory, 9 Pro. 9 Pro right here, man. And for any of you wondering, I will veil the guys. I'm not a 9 Pro. So, alright. We talked before why multi-Stargates is so important, because Mutalisks are the biggest, most threatening thing in the world. And Zest, who never attacked, sees lots of units up here in his base. So he 1As into the bases and celebrates. I mean, this is a very straightforward play. If your death army when maxed, is designed to beat a Zerg Death Army when maxed, and you see 20 or 30 supply in your main, dude, of course this thing's gonna win. Look how hard it is to have bases. Oh my god, recall. Oh, you are more annoying than the Undertaker. Undertaker, new meta. How'd your turn 1 go? I had a rough time. Didn't draw Undertaker. What about you? Well, I've been drawing Undertaker. It's been working well for me. I think this game is utterly simple. Despite the fact that it was the longest in the entire series, utterly simple game. It's just hard as hell for Zerg to take comfortable bases. These bases, they exist, but I mean, come on, how do you defend this? This point is just like, please, warp in, please. And you might say, okay, well, yeah, center your army in this area. And Protoss is like, no problem, I will move here while expanding. I will threaten your main base while expanding, and boom! Dropped on the left. Therefore, Protoss, on this map, because of the tightness of the expansions, because these expansions are like the Juggernaut's outfit. These expansions are so tight. This permits the Protoss player to play with extreme passivity and slow. That's so sick. Ugh. Ugh. Therefore, Zest wins this game. I'm going to see if I can do game 2 at the speed of a light. We're going to wait because it's going to lag. It's going to glitch. Let me move. Load. It's trying to reload because I have to watch those on the old, like, you gotta log offline to watch those replays. Rat's Coat says, all I hear Day9 saying right now is toss Imba. On that map, I think it's hard for Zerg for sure. For sure. I mean, let me tell you, I've not been on the Zerg side of things, but I've been on the Protoss side of things, and it feels great! Because guess what I do? Attack? I'm not attacking on that map. No, not at all. No, no. Let's look at another map where passivity might be a little bit more reasonable as well. We're loading. Come on. Come on, we're loading. Oh, there it is. Many people remember this map. It was rather epic. Rather. So this is a map where traditionally Protoss can again afford to be slow, right? We take this base and this third, which is on the high ground, so we have 3 bases. And look at that 4th, it's right there. Ooh, yeah. We can actually park an army right here, and we strongly defend these 4 bases. Reasonably strongly our main, and we even are starting to dip up into here and up into this territory. Hell, if we have our army here, and we have some fast air units, we can just lock down our half of the map. Therefore, this is a map on Deadwing where we tend to see mech and whatnot. But what about these positions, where they're vertical? Much more aggressive. Very, very close. But I think Zest does another interesting technique. He says, how the hell does this map work? Well, this expansion, I can shoot from the low ground. I can blink up to the high ground here, and I can actually blink back here. So I would describe this as a tactical play rather than a strategic one. When we look back at the previous map, it was very much so a strategic play. Strategy generally is like expansion-based plays, long-based plays. Tactical is like, look at this thing that I can do here. Those kinds of plays. Zest looks at this, and he's going to make a tactical maneuver. Maneuvrement. So what does soO do? He does what any Zerg would do. He's gonna take up all his hatches. soO is on Script Town. He's just gonna do what Zerg do and get 3 bases. You know. This is so cute. I love this so much. Alright. Summoner's Core comes up. We're gonna see him go Blinku. Right away. Forge. Even chrono boosting. Warp gate. Ooh. I was honestly a little surprised to see him chrono boosting Warp Gate so aggressively, but it makes a lot of sense. Why? Because of the following. Blink play. What is Blink play going to be good against? What is it going to be good against? Okay, I want everyone to think. It's going to be good against slow stuff. Cool. It's going to be good... Yeah, slow stuff is what it's going to be really, really best against. And Stalkers in large numbers are okay against, like, everything. What is it going to be weak against? Massive numbers of speed Zerglings. It's going to be generally weak if you're going Blink too late into Mutalisk-based play. It's a little weak later, but there's this middle zone where it's good against the slow stuff. So, you'll note, Chrono Boost has gone down onto the Warp Gate and not the Blink. Primarily. Many times you will see these get semi-synced up. But by moving out this early, Zest achieves something very important. He delays the layer. He delays the layer. He delays the layer. He delays the layer. But what happens if soO built the layer? soO would be dead as shit. But, okay, this force that's being built, that's going out early, that's going out before Blink, that's going out before ground weapons... This force is causing no layer to be built. It's many a slow unit. But how will he defend against the speed Zerglings? Because Blink Stalkers are weak against speed Zerglings. Well, for one, +1 Zealots, as well as Zealots in large numbers. Notice, there's no extra guys here. But also, this terrain! This terrain, Zerglings are really weak against Stalkers if they can't actually participate. Woo! Yeah, look at these Zerglings here. Look at this shit. Look at that. Bam! Oh my god. It's a Cannon Rusher's wet dream. Wait, I can do an equally cheesy strategy that will enrage people equally much without building cannons. I can do it in a more reliable fashion, long term. Ho! This is just pretty. This is just pretty. This is not simply this terrain. Yes, the terrain is great, and the terrain is helping. But it is the timing. It is the fact that this attack begins with Warp Gate done and Blink not yet done. It's the fact that it comes so soon that causes things to stay slow. Do you see a layer? Because I don't see a layer, and I had LASIK, so I'm seeing shit great. Gorgeous. Absolutely exquisite little timing. Per usual, though, the thing that slightly stinkers is the fact that Zest is actually semi-committed to this. He's got to be rather careful. He's doing great blinks. Up, down, this way, every which, that way. Doing some serious slaying. I mean, right now there's been no additional probes built, but if Zest can manage to nab another queen, continue to nab drones, I think he'll be in very, very, very happy shape. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Look at him denying that. Oh my god, if he were like a singer, he would be Denia Twain. Zerglings are getting built. So are the Zealots. Zerg player doesn't have upgrades. You think he has upgrades? You crazy! A beautifully performed attack gets exploited by the blink up to the high ground. Look at that horse. I mean, look at it. Look at that. Look at that beautiful. Oh yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Hammer time. When we come back, we're going to see the finale of this game, but I will emphasize that the basics of this map are, hey, Blink Stalkers are going to be really sick here. Let me structure a build to maximize the time that the Blink Stalkers will get there, and maximize the strength of the Blink Stalkers by reducing Zerg's chance of having layer. That's what was so cool about the Fast Gateway. When we come back, we're going to see Zest play it out. Then we're going to do game 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Bam!
I love how he does the games in order. That's exactly how I would have done it.